when you're actually super comfortable. You have a nice place, you got your daily routine set in place, but there's this lingering feeling in the background of your life that just is speaking to you and actually tells you that there is more to life than the routine that you are doing right now, that the world is bigger than your house, your village, your town, even your country, and maybe even your continent, right? Because right now I'm having such a good life. I'm having such a very beautiful life, but I still have that feeling inside of me that goes online and looks for places. Where can I go? Where could I move to? Where could be some adventures? And am I willing to give up the comfort that I'm having right now? And I've been thinking about this for the past couple of weeks. It has been marinating in my system because I have such a good place right now. It's very difficult to let go of that place, but I also want to respect that inner feeling in me that says, hey Jeroen, you got to get out there. You got to go out into the world, you got to get on adventures, and you're not going to run into these adventures and broaden your perspectives when you stay in one place. And I've been moving a lot around in the world. I've been living in Southeast Asia for quite a while. I've been traveling in Europe quite a lot. And every time, and this is always the thing, when things start to get into motion, is a very powerful energetic shift that happens. The moment that you change your location, a lot of things are changing in your system. The whole energy is changing. It gives you different perspectives. It lets you make better decisions. It gives you more experience, because I don't believe life is created for us to sit in a box all the time, even though that box is super comfortable and that box is a beautiful box. We are not meant to stay in that box, and especially not some people, right? We were meant to feel, to express, to meet our inner self, to connect with our authentic self, and in that connection come to an expression, right? And if we lock ourselves in these boxes, although these boxes can be very comfortable, it might block us in what we actually came to do here. So I am looking for places to go and research and feel whether that place would fit me. With the first video on this channel talking about the Jubilee coming in 2028 to 2029, we all know that we are in remarkable times. And what I believe is very important in these times is that we have all of us have an inner feeling and an inner calling, and for generations, maybe not, right? But majority of society is ignoring that inner voice, is ignoring that inner calling, and that is not always traveling or going to other places. You know for yourself what that calling is. Maybe it's a different job that is more aligned with your purpose. Maybe it is changing locations. Maybe it is taking a risk on studying something else or doing something else, right? These can all be inner callings, and right now is really the time to listen to these inner callings, because we have a selected amount of time right here on this planet, and it is important for us to learn as much as possible during this time. And therefore we gotta now and then step outside of the box that we have been creating in this life. And that's often the most difficult step. I know this from experience, because the moment the step out of the box is taken, the new box is slowly being generated. It's the first step to get out, is always the most difficult one, but also the most exciting one, because you all know how you feel when you are in an airplane flying to somewhere, even if it's for a holiday. That feeling, that energy that is coming, the excitement, the kid in you that's coming up again. I'm going to look for different places to go on a new adventure and to get new experiences, and I might make the change to move for a longer period of time. It is time to go to research and discover the reason on why I made the decision to come here in the first place. This is what is known as a SEO tipping point. This is a Google statistic that shows the visitors on my website. And because I've been working very hard on my website, it can happen like this, that you stay stuck for a very long time, and then suddenly, once Google sees the true value of your website, it just starts to send more and more people to your website. And this point is often where people stop before, because once you reach this point, things are going to go exponentially, and you can work years to get to this point. And then when it's taking off, a lot of things will happen in a short amount of time. So this is how it works with business as well. There are periods where you're going to work for a very long time without that much results. And then you are working for this specific moment that people see your value and that your value is being paid off. And this is really, I believe, where most people actually stop, because they do not see the results instantly. And this is the problem, because whenever you start for yourself, whatever what kind of project it is, and this is from my personal experience, so maybe some other people have experienced overnight success. I personally have not really heard about it from other people, and from my personal experience it didn't work like that, but it is compounding over time. And this is the same with good habits. Like, you can have a good habit, or you work on your project, right? The project that you want to make successful. You work every single day, you invest a little bit time into that project, so that energy that you invest every single day will accumulate over time. And then the amount of energy in that project will grow and grow. And then at some point in life, that project will have a fundamental base, because all the energy that you have been pouring into this project, and then sooner or later, it will take off and it will be rewarding. It depends, of course, with what kind of intentions you are creating this project. But I've seen it now multiple times with multiple projects that I have been doing. I've been investing in these projects. I've been pouring energy in it without seeing many results, right? But I just keep going. I'm not really thinking about the results that much. But just keep on going, and whenever you are starting to doubt about it, just try to ignore that and just keep on going, right? On the good days, on the bad days, some days you will feel like, wow, it is really going to be going to be awesome, and some days it's going to feel like it's going to be nothing. Right, and that's part of the process. That's part of the ebb and flow of life. Similar with projects, but if you just keep pushing and ignore these doubts a little bit, there will come this moment that your hard work or the energy that you have been accumulating in that project or in a good habit or anything will be paid off. Hey, you can make a very simple analogy when we have a look at people going to the gym, for example, or they do some home workouts and they have a healthy diet, right? If you do that for 1 week, it's good, of course. Every good habit is very good. But if you do that more and more over time, if you do that for 6 months, maybe for 12 months, you can really see a difference, and the body is changing. And it's also will take a longer time for that body to get back in an unhealthy state when you change your habits back to unhealthy habits, which you of course should not do. But that also means that you building up some resilience, and that's the same with a company or with a project. The more energy that is invested in there, the bigger it grows, right? The more fundamental base it has, the stronger it stands also in the longer term time frame. Right, so it's not so easy to disappear overnight, for example, as well. It's not easy come, easy go. This is not something that came easy. You have been working hard for it. You have been pouring your heartly energy into it. And sooner or later, guys, it will pay off. It doesn't matter whatever you're trying to achieve, right? Whatever you're trying to achieve, a better health, if you're trying to achieve that project, or something else, location independent, income, anything that's in your desires that you want to achieve, take action to that with the right intention. Pour energy in that day by day by day. It will accumulate over time. It will catch that momentum. That airplane on the runway will slowly start driving, and once it takes off, and this you can see in the Google statistic that I just show you. Like if you already have an income with a website, right? Because you already have a user base, and that user base can just quadruple overnight, or maybe double overnight, and suddenly, okay, then you've worked a long time, bam, suddenly it doubles. Okay, you just keep on working, bam, suddenly it doubles again. And this is how it works, and then it will not so quickly, let's say, undouble again, like go down, because you've already built that foundation, and the foundation is there because you've been pouring energy in that. So that is, I think it's actually a universal law that is in play right here, and it should, what I'm trying to do with this story that I'm telling you is take away the doubts and start doing it, because the earlier you start something that you want to achieve, the earlier you will achieve it. But it has to go together with action, because if there is no action, you're not putting that energy into something, so you are not creating something from the invisible world into the visible world, right? That you have to have some form of action. So create an action plan and start doing it. Make a plan, start doing it, and just keep on going. And whenever you have second thoughts about it, don't give those thoughts too much attention. Does that make sense? And guys, this is what I really believe, guys, with many people is they do not believe in themselves. They do not think that they can actually do that, or sometimes they think they can actually do it, but then they don't want to take the risk to bet on themselves, because what if it doesn't work? That is the uncertainty. Then if you think I can do it, but I choose not to do it, you are still in that safe zone, right? Because you are choosing not to walk your path because you know you can do it, but you choose not to do, so you don't have to face the reality and uncertainty that if you choose to do it and it doesn't work out, it might be a little bit painful. But this is not the way to go, I personally believe. It's better to put your mind in a student mode. Just think that you can learn from everything something, start with something, and just learn in the process and continue going. Because I believe, guys, every single one is able to achieve all the things that their heart desires. Everyone is able to achieve it, and you should always believe in yourself. In life, guys, the person you have to go all into is yourself. If there would be a casino in life, you should just go in and bet everything that you have on yourself, because that's the only thing that you truly got is yourself. That's so important. It's really important. And it's always funny, because the ones that do make it, that do realize the things that they wanted to achieve, maybe a location independent income, or maybe a certain job or a certain project, or whatever it is, a certain physical body structure, whatever it is always the people that believed in themselves that are able to make it, because it starts with the belief that you are worthy of it and that you are able to achieve it. Because if you don't have these two beliefs, then it's already difficult to take the first steps to set an action. But I'm also saying you don't have to have these core beliefs yet to take action, because by taking action, you'll already show to the universe that you are worthy and that you can achieve it. Because why else should you take any action? So the answer is always take action.